Hi, I'm John,
And I'm Angel.
and today we're going to be talking what exactly makes a Filipino woman. Well, first of all, I want to say that the Philippines has to be one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever visited. You know, all the green, all the beautiful beaches, the mountains, everything there is beautiful. And so are the women.
Yeah.
Did you know that the women got their specific skin attributes, their lighter skin that's different than most of the other Asian women from the Spanish that came over a long time ago, thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
And that light skinned Spanish blended with the darker skinned Asians living in the Philippines, and that's how the Philippines got lighter and lighter over time. That's pretty interesting. Now, part of this beauty that I find in the Philippines comes from the provinces. And you say, what's a province? Well, a province is like the areas that does the farming, the areas that they
Yeah.
do the rice paddies,
Yep.
and the areas that well, you describe a little bit.
Just like there's a lot of rice terraces, corns. It's a big field of farm. So people people are working together without any trucks, using the trucks or tractors. Yeah.
So they don't have a lot of the Western culture influence.
Yep.
So that's important because the women that live out here in the provinces, they have access to the internet, and they're online trying to find the people, the husbands or the wives or whatever that are going to find them, and they can go and make a new life with. And that's that little bit of a diamond I'm going to talk about right now, because it's this internet. What we're going to be talking about is the online dating, of course, that allows these beautiful women from the provinces to come in and communicate with you and are able to find you in your profiles. Now, this is different than what would you call it? The Filipino women like in the big cities, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very big difference.
The women in the cities, they're not impressed with new cars. They're not impressed with Westerners, because they see them all the time.
Right.
And the only time that they don't see them is when they travel away to their own province.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would like to focus on is looking at the provinces. That's where you're going to find the women that are willing to communicate with you and willing to take a chance in a new relationship, right?
Yes.
Well, that's where online, the online dating gives some advantages, because it what can you choose? You can choose eye color.
Yeah, you can choose a long hair if you wanted a long hair, and then um, the height and skin reflection.
Weight.
Yeah, weight.
Oh, but you can also sort. This is once you get online and searching for women, that you can sort and find out the education, what jobs they have, their height, their weight. Do they have kids? Do they want kids? All of these are different search criteria that you can do online. And the women that are from the provinces really are jumping into it so they can meet new people. So, what would you say a Filipino woman is like? Are they nice?
Yeah, mostly Filipino women. They are nice. They are kind, easy to talk with. They are fun. It's like you're comfortable to be with them.
Yeah, and these women are naturally attractive from the I don't know what causes it, the parents, the grandparents, but the beauty comes out. They're naturally attractive, and they're kind and nice, and they want to make a relationship. So I say this next part with caution, because um, sometimes people overemphasize some of the women in the Philippines, and this is
Mhm.
where I want to stop some stereotypes. People often say, "Well, go to the Philippines because the Philippines are easy," and unfortunately, I have to say that there are women in the cities. There
Yeah.
are locations where women are extremely sexually open.
Mhm.
They, the bar girls, which are bar girls, and they're out trying to have a good time with your money, and I think some of that reputation or that bad reputation kind of spins off on other women in the Philippines. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make a stand that not all women are like that.
No, not all. Mostly those kind of women are in the big cities. So, but
Can we call them scammers?
yeah.
Scammers or outright prostitutes.
Yeah.
So going with the right attitude, that most of the women in the Philippines aren't like that. In fact, did you know that 90% of the people in the Philippines are religious?
Yeah.
That they go to church every Sunday?
That's right. Yeah, every Sunday we go to church, and we go to, sometimes there are weekdays like Wednesday for Bible study. So yeah.
Yeah. Praying at every meal and so forth. So besides being family oriented, they are definitely church oriented. So these are women with values. These are women
Yeah.
that aren't going to sin, even if you are their dream man. They're not going to sin, and openly open themselves to you. And I want to also say that because of the beauty that these women have in themselves and the confidence that they have, because I think they know that they're pretty beautiful. I think enough people have told them that. And that confidence that they have, it is really comes across, and it expresses their conservatism. It expresses their values. It expresses that they're not going to sacrifice values in that for somebody that they meet online for the first time.
Yeah.
So if you're looking, looking at the colleges, if you're looking for people like that, stay away from those bad girls at the bar. Stay away from the women that they might cause you trouble and so forth. So look for the women that have this cultural heritage that are passed down from their mothers. The kindness from their mothers and fathers as that's being passed down.
Yeah, and you can easily to recognize that woman if she's family oriented, how she respect her parents and siblings.
Well, yeah, I think that part of that respect comes out because you might be walking with somebody in the Philippines that you're trying to get their attention on, or dating, and they're going to stop in the middle of the street and they're going to help the elderly. They're going to stop the traffic. They're going to carry their bags. And that's something that, whether it's their own mother or whether it's Filipinos on the street, it's that kindness that's inbred inside them that they're always wanting to help. Now that's good for me,
Yeah.
because that kindness overflows in a relationship that I think Filipino women and you just provide so much love and so much kindness and so much willingness to help that it's unreal. So
Yeah.
so they get it passed down from their parents, and working on that one. So I think loyalty. Would you say loyalty is a good word to say?
Oh yeah.
Loyalty to herself, loyalty to her family, and family. The Filipino woman is extremely related and connected to their family, much more than I think the Western people want to admit to.
Yeah, we are family oriented. We are always communicating with our parents, our siblings, even nephews and nieces. We are we are communicating almost every day, just to check.
Yeah, well, I think also that it also kind of breaks out into still supporting the family, calling them, Facebooking pages, doing all of those things. One example is, didn't you, your was it nephew? Your nephew needed a new school uniform,
Yeah.
and they, asked you for some of the money,
Mm-hmm.
and you gave them a little bit of money.
Yeah. For example, my nephew, it's easy for them to ask me something if they need like uniform, because we are very close to each other because
Right.
of our relationship. We don't shy. We just so close to each other.
Well, that comes across as, loyalty having, you know, if one person needs, you know, that school uniform, or somebody else needs something, everybody chips in, don't they?
Yeah.
Everybody gives a little.
Yeah, that's the good thing. If you have a big family, then everybody share, like they share until we get that amount.
For them.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and that's for you. So I think that in kind of ending this video, that, you know, family loyalty and loyalty, I'm going to talk about this, loyalty to your soulmate, loyalty to your husband
Yes.
and wife, because it's a transfer. Um, you have the current loyalty to the family, that's, you know, nieces, nephews, moms and dads, and then as you're starting to date them and so forth, they're starting to kind of separate themselves from being so strong in the family, and that same loyalty now, when you get married or you become a solid relationship, now enters her family circle, her kids, her husband, her life, and that's what so that loyalty kind of shifts over. So whereas her family's first priority,
Yeah.
now once you're married or seeing them, then it's you're the first priority.
Yes.
And is that fair to say?
Yeah. If I get married, of course my husband and my kids are the first priority, and then the next one is my family, and of course number one is God.
So, like to ask you right now, if you like what you saw, please leave comments in the video. Please subscribe to our channel, and you'll become a member with us, because we're always trying to strive and put out the best information and content out there. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.